China reported nearly 13,000 COVID-related deaths in hospitals between January 13th and 19th after a top health official said that the vast majority of the population has already been infected by the virus. China, a week earlier, had said that there were nearly 60,000 people that had died in hospitals as of January 12, but there has been widespread skepticism over official data since Beijing abruptly axed antivirus controls last month. China's Center for Disease Control and Prevention said in a statement on Saturday that 681 hospitalized patients had died of respiratory failure caused by coronavirus infection, and 11,977 had died of other diseases combined with an infection over the period. The figures do not include those who died from the virus at home. It is estimated daily COVID deaths in China will peak at around 36,000 over the lunar year holiday. Joining us on the broadcast, Dr. Ishwar Gilada. He's a health expert. He's also a very senior doctor. Thank you so much, Dr. Gilada, for speaking with NewsX. We've been talking almost every single day with you about what is happening within China, about the rising cases, about the deaths, rather, the fact that we don't have enough data. So I want to ask you one question, and I think this is the only question that truly matters right now. What do you think has gone wrong within China? So do you think it's their vaccine that is not working? What do you think has gone wrong? Because on one hand, you have the world that is now moving away from the pandemic. You have the world that is being able to recoup again. And on the other hand, you have China, which is still reeling under one of the highest caseloads.
Good morning, Paridhi, and thanks for having me on the show. Basically, I can repeat those things again, that China had three things where they faltered. Number one, the zero COVID policy. COVID is just such a virus that it is never going to allow any country, any community, any home to be a zero COVID. Secondly, for after 2.5 years, 3 years, zero COVID policy, to complete lockdown, they opened up and people went berserk. So that was the second biggest mistake. And third thing was that the Chinese vaccine, Sinovac, and there are 15 other vaccines, they are thoroughly useless. I don't know why WHO gave them permission in the beginning, and after even realizing that, they kept quiet and the permission is not withdrawn. There has been a study done in Malaysia to compare the infections after vaccination, and they compared AstraZeneca, which is a Covishield from India, mRNA from Pfizer, and Sinovac from China. So there is something called breakthrough infection, the infection which comes even after vaccination. So if one person died of AstraZeneca, 2.5 times more people died of Pfizer mRNA, and 10 times more people died of Sinovac. So this is the fourth country which is telling about this. And if at all, Malaysia is a China-friendly, it's not India-friendly country. So their vaccine was useless and they were feeling shy to ask the help. Now what is happening in China, and saving grace for China is that it is not Delta. If it had been Delta, many more million people could have died. It is only Omicron. With Omicron also, close to 4 or 5 million people could have been dead. And they are slowly coming out of figure like 60,000, then another 13,000. And they are giving caveats that we are not counting the deaths happening at home. No, India's data was so robust. Whether you die at home or in ambulance or in somewhere, it will be counted as COVID death. But in China, that system is not there. So the world over, they blame India that we are hiding deaths. At the most, how much we could have hidden? 50%. So whatever deaths are there, 500,000, you make it 1 million. But China is hiding more than 99%. So daily cases, if they are saying that 80% of the Chinese population is already infected, now how did they get infected? And when did they get infected? So 110 crore people getting infected, 115 crore people getting infected. It has to be 1 crore a day, at least 1 to 2 crore a day in last 2 months. So I think China has been hiding. Even you go on Worldometers now, there is no figure, zero figure for China for entire last week. Only 5 deaths happened 2 weeks before on record, and only 0 deaths in last 1 week. So China is not giving any data. WHO is not making them compulsion. WHO is taking China's side. WHO is appointing committees after committees, and despite that, they are not coming out with reality. So you give a timeline that by this month end or by next month end, we would like to have an outcome of the committee. Now, where did the virus come from? How did it come? Was it a biological warfare? Was there a mistake? Even China said it was mistaken. Nobody is going to punish China. World has already suffered. But they are hiding the things. And India, at the same time, has been much different than any other country as compared to China or any other country. And India has been transparent. India has been helpful. We have a vaccine Maitri program. If China asks, India can help them. And I think our Prime Minister should make an offer on 26th January this time that whatever China has done to India, India has a big heart. We are still offering help to China. And if China takes India help, they can save a lot of millions of people. Now, their attitude is such that they're saying that the 90% deaths are in 70 plus population. That means you want to lose them. You don't want to protect them. So if you have such attitude for your own parents, grandparents, I think what attitude they can have for the neighbors.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.